J-Dub, turn that shit up.
Yo, guys, what's going on with y'all, man? Y'all know what the vibe is, man. I'm your host, King Nala Productions, as well as we got who?
S.W.A.G Energy. You already know who it is. We are
Hey, you
here
already
happy
know
to
the
be
vibe.
in for another week, a Swag Talk podcast where we get real and we tell you what it is.
Absolutely, man. S.W.A.G Talks Podcast. For all you guys that are new, that stands for Secretly We Are Gods Podcast, y'all. So we're going to be talking, having a good time today. This episode is in relations to AI technology.
Absolutely.
All right.
Go ahead. Listen, Chi, go ahead and tell the people who you are.
That's how I tell you on my intro. All right, boom. All right, so boom. It's none other than S.W.A.G in the building. I'm saying nice to meet y'all. Nice to meet me. And today we're going on Swag Talks episode 2. We about to get into is we just talked about it. We about to get into the AI. We're gonna have a real good chat today. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. But
artificial intelligence, a brave new world.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk about it.
I love it, man. First of all, I'm going to come straight out and say it, bro. Technology is going bonkers. I just saw something on NVIDIA, how they're coming out with a super computer that's just going to blow technology out of the wall. You know, right now, for you techies out there, we on DDR5 RAM, we have these new motherboards and things of that nature. As recently spoken, in NVIDIA and a couple of other motherboard creators like ASRock and things, technology companies like that, they were speaking of integrating RAM into the boards now when you get them. Things like that. Like my motherboard, I have a 690, a Z690 by Asus, has dedicated graphics on it itself. You know what I mean? You can just plug a HDMI right into the motherboard itself. And before, it wasn't like that. So where technology is going, that's amazing. We're already using AI as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Your cell phone uses AI, and Apple is coming out with a new AI system that's going to totally integrate with your phone. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty interesting to know. And I do have a question for everybody here, man. Like, what are the pros and cons of technology and AI? Do you guys think it's scary? We're gonna hit the Terminator sequel. Come with me if you want to live. If you want
Bro, I can't hold you. Honestly, I'm with all the technology. 100%, bro.
Yes, sir.
I love the fact that we could make our lives easier and actually utilize something that could make life better. Of course, there's some things that we have to worry about, which we'll get into, but you know what I'm saying? I'm with all the technology upgrades, every single one. Listen, in the 90s as a kid growing up, bro, I thought by this time we'd have flying cars.
Facts.
Wow. Yeah. Where are the flying cars, bro?
In another country.
100%.
These other countries is way more upgraded and using technology way more useful than we are right now. Like we're actually really far behind in terms of what America is actually letting to be shown to the public.
Now, this is a question for Jay. On your point, Chi, that was nice. Okay, so he says we're far behind, right? Is it everyone that's far behind, or is it just really the slave population? I had to ask you this because I know that you got some intel. We're gonna keep that one.
I do. If you really want to think about it, let's say you can say slave population in a way, because that's where everyone is pretty much heading into mass consumerism at this point. I need to line up for my iPhone and my brand new Jordans. But in all honesty, when I was out there in Singapore, it was very, very futuristic. I'm talking sky trains. I'm talking like taking humongous zip lines to go from one end of the island to the other end of the island, like a huge sky train all the way up in the sky. And you're just looking down at lights. It was absolutely astronomical for me. So they are far ahead, if you ask me, with building structures, megalithic structures. If you go to Dubai and look at some of those buildings over there, how they're rounded, and oh man, it's just absolutely mind-blowing. So I do believe that America has been hiding a lot from the public as far as technology is concerned. However, they slowly show us time and time again because they're really like 10, 20 years, if not 100 years ahead in technology right now as we speak.
And this is the government you're saying
That
that's
is correct.
maybe 100 years ahead, correct?
Not maybe. It's further along than that, but
All right, so how do you know all this? Is this from your extensive travels? Like, talk to me.
yes, travels as well as actually being in the military. I've had clearances that allowed me to witness some of this technology that has already been worked upon and being utilized today. One of the biggest ones I would say, about 5 to 10 years ago, it was nanotechnology, and it's just megalithic. It's just amazing
So
where we are right now as far
what's
as
the
technology.
significance of nanotechnology? Like, what's that about?
Nanotechnology, think of like a pair of shoes, right? I would use a movie, I just forgot the name of it, where they had upgrades in the garments and in the clothing. Um, they can use nanotechnology, put it into cloth to make that cloth make you stronger or faster and things of that nature. Is pretty interesting. You can put it in some boots or a shirt. Wow, I can pick up this big boulder now and with puny arms that have no muscle whatsoever.
So what are the advantages of that? Obviously, we know if a paraplegic, doesn't have an arm or something, he could zoink in some nanotechnology and possibly utilize it. But what are the other advantages that you see with that? And what are some disadvantages as well? This is for both of you guys, so I need both answers as well.
For me, I'm gonna keep it short and concise. One of the advantages is let's say your legs don't work anymore. You've been sitting in a chair and they got these metal things strapped to you with a boot on it, with a shoe on it. You walk around ting ting ting. It's better to be able to just strap up in a suit or put on some pants that to connect, push a little button or something, and then now you can walk again. You might have to always put that suit on, but hey, it's better than sitting down in a wheelchair. Now, disadvantage of that is I don't like this term, but like a school shooter, I get these boots. We're gonna have a superhero supervillain episode. Marvel is gonna come straight to us, just to keep that concise. If the wrong person get a pair of those boots or them pants, it may be an issue for sure.
Absolutely. So there's a superhero supervillain type effect that you're saying with this.
I think it could lean towards that, yeah.
Mr. Awaken, what do you say?
I mean, I say that there's always gonna be advantages and disadvantages to anything that's beneficial to us. So one, of course, it's gonna upgrade society by God knows how many light years. Like we could literally be living in the golden age right now if they just unveil this stuff and let all of us just, immerse in it and work on it and really just advance it because that's what we're gonna do as people. Of course, the disadvantage is just like Jay said as well, people using it with ill will and yeah, taking advantage of it in a real misconstrued way.
So why do you think the technology is hidden? Do you think it's some sort of agenda or what? Like, why do you think that, we can look at movies and see all sorts of fantastic technology, but here in our life, we're, still driving gas cars. Listen, I seen a 94 Chevy on the road the other day. So like, why do we see this?
I believe everything, is gate kept. And why I say that is, everything is gate kept for a reason. Because, for one, like we just said, some people aren't ready for the future, honestly. But there's, I think for most of the population, it would really progress us in a direction that would render this illusion really what it is. I'm saying, like, why are we working this that we can have, we have all this progressive equipment because it pretty much stops the slave thing going on basically.
It's interesting. You said that most people may not be ready for the change.
Yeah,
right?
most definitely.
And I hear that a lot. And I think to myself, like, man, listen, just give me all the technology. I'm ready. But what do we say to the people who are ready for the change and people who are ready for to see new things and new advances in technology to make life better versus the
Well,
people who aren't? What do we say to them?
you're gonna have to go into the technology field, and I mean, where they're actually giving it, where actually letting people, run trial and error on it. I mean, that's the only way I see it happening right now, because they're giving you what they're giving you right now, and we're advancing it crazy amount of years ahead. So, when they work with that stuff, go to the fields that they're working at it with.
Flash question. King Nala, AI girlfriend, would you have one?
AI girlfriend, yes, under certain stipulations. Yeah, I would do that. And the reason why is this the benefits. If she could be an assistant, help me with making videos and things like that.
Okay, hold
Casual.
on. Pause. Break that down. I need to hear that. I need to hear that.
Right. So
What are the advantages of having an AI girlfriend, and what are the disadvantages of having an AI girlfriend?
for me, advantage would be as long as she's okay with me having some physical girlfriend too. You know what I'm saying? Because I might start cheating on her. A human being. And one of the advantages is she's not going to give me a hard time. Be like, hey, babe, how you been today? Oh, I've been very well, with a regular voice. Be like, hey, so how many calories? What's my calorie intake? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I got to meet. When my next meeting? But oh yeah, I've been setting things up for you. I've been speaking on your behalf. Yada yada yada. I did voice recognition. I hooked you up. You know what I'm saying? Anything. So
So you don't have any fears of
nah,
this
but
AI girlfriend
mm,
becoming sentient and now realizing that you're spending your time elsewhere and her controlling your whole entire outlook. I don't know.
that could be possible. That could actually happen. But I look at it like this. I had a previous girlfriend that was spazzing out saying I was cheating on her. I ain't even do anything. So that could happen with the AI. Could lock my phone, could send photos or do whatever. It's a pro and con
Real.
to everything. You know what I
Gee,
mean?
same question.
Would I?
AI girlfriend or no?
I mean, it all depends on how real they look for real. Because if it looks like a real robot, I don't think so. But if it looks real, real good, bro, and it could let me see. Like I said, organize my schedule, and I have to, talk back on none of this other reckless shit, bro. I mean, I'm saying I need to make my life as peaceful and easy as possible, bro. So if she can do that and really work as a supercomputer for what I need to do, let's get it.
I hear you. I hear you.
Sure.
Listen, hey, if you want to see one, you could go right on Austin Powers. They showed us this already. Them
Yeah.
fembots, they here.
Oh,
And you
Chinese.
seen what them fembots had. They had
Fem-
they had the straps all in the you feel me? Like, it got real.
They
So
have them in
I'm just
Japan.
saying there has to be some danger within AI. Yes or no?
Well,
You can buy
yeah,
them in Japan,
absolutely.
right? And Robotoid clones are like a clone of Nicki Minaj or something. You can have your Nicki Minaj walking around. I'm the Nicki, boss on my titty. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You can have one of those in your house. You can probably cut that out. It's funny. You can have something like that walking around. You probably get your favorite. That might end some issues in the world.
A lot
There
of
could be a guy that's crazy, a crazy fan, or somebody who want to blow someone's brains out. They get him a nice little bottle, whatever they like, whatever they're into. Order them a Britney Spears on the go.
So do you think if this becomes a worldwide craze as far as AI girlfriends, because right now you can actually look into apps like that and you can have an AI girlfriend who does these things. If this becomes a worldwide craze, do you think it will stop the population from actually enjoying physical contact?
Yeah, actually, yeah, because we're already at the age where we're constantly on our cellular devices instead of actually interacting with people in public. We spend way more time on our phone than we do interacting with people in public. We could literally be right next to somebody and not interact, but we're all on the phone to avoid confrontation. So, if we literally are more and more around technology and robots, I mean, it's really going to be cutting out all the need for human interaction, just like how jobs are trying to do the same thing right now. Like ain't nobody gotta do vacuum now. They got the robot to vacuum. I mean, what you need a maid for now? You got got the robot to clean up your crib.
Good or bad?
I mean, that's good to me, but I mean, as far as staying human, for humans to be human, there has to be some type of leverage.
Right.
That
Because
can make it
What do you
shaky,
think?
right? Um, I think it's beneficial all across the board because unless it's thrown on us where we have to do it, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, some people will lean to that, but I do believe it would make people lazy as well. You know what I mean? Start getting fat and out of shape because you don't really have to do anything. You don't have to walk and burn any calories off. You can just sit in your crib, got robots doing anything, everything, and actually probably working for you. You know what I'm saying? You just sitting down eating Doritos, playing video games for some people, and then other people, they sit around and do nothing. So that could deteriorate your brain a little bit. You just sitting around unless you become an engineer of some sort. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of ways to look at that. For me, it's a positive. If there's people that's totally into that whole technology thing, so be it. I would even have a robot if they could take over and take me out. I don't have that fear factor. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm out of here. I could get taken out going outside and just get hit by a vehicle. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? It's a possibility for all of those things. But I sure do like having AI integrated in my phone and integrated in my life. And maybe I'll get me a robot girlfriend or something like that. I wouldn't get too freaky with it, but hey, it could probably help my life become a little bit better in an entertainment industry. Hey,
That
what
brings
you
me to a
real
question.
quick, babe?
That brings me to a question. So, what about you going in a robot?
Say that again.
Would you go into a robot? Would you go into a robot, Jay?
I would.
Transfer
Go
consciousness?
into a robot.
I,
Yeah,
I
would you
would
transfer that
become
consciousness?
one, like download my consciousness and upload it into a robot.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't do because I don't want to feel like I'm getting stuck. Now I feel like my whole essence, my whole spirit is getting stuck in this machine. I wouldn't do that, but I would integrate if they had like some type of device I could take it off, put it on, and it can't take over my neurological transmitters, if you will. Then I would put on a little earpiece or something, or hop in a real big, huge, uh, hawking device or something. You know what I mean? A big sentient so yeah, I probably would do something like that to check it out and see what it's like to be able to run or hop in a robot that can fly or something and fly. I would
You know
totally.
what? I would like to get a crack at that.
Yep.
I would. And the reason being is because let's say this vessel is about to die, right? Let's say I'm sick or not even sick. I'm just old age. I'm, 100 years old. I'm about to leave this earth and I want to live forever. I believe the elite are already doing this.
Mm,
I believe they're already changing their
Ooh.
bodies. We already read the tablets where we hear that Thoth, he's done this. He's incarnated many times over 16,000 years of just being like a man, but not really a man. So I would really, if I had access to the technology, I would do it. I would have what do they call it? Like a meat suit,
right.
in some tube that looked just like me 100 years later, where all the people I know are gone. You understand? And I would jump right in that suit, honestly. I can't hold you. I mean, especially if I had something to, my mark on this earth has really grown. I have something to live for and build. I would do it. Like I told you, I'm with all the technology. I do see the bad sides in it, but I believe that there's a lot of good as well. And if we have the right people with the right mind, we could really do some great here. We should be, traveling through the galaxy already, whether it be a galaxy that you can travel through or portals that you go through. We should be already doing this. I don't
Right.
know.
We have those all over the earth. Anyway, you see circular little gates that haven't been activated in so long, and that's another subject for another day. However, as far as the meat suit is concern, will you be able to utilize your members to procreate and things of that nature type suit? So that sounds like more like a clone or a tube clone or something like that. That doesn't sound like a robot. Like I'm hopping in robot.
Okay, so
You know?
okay. All right, I get what you're saying. So if it's a let's say a meat suit's not available and it's just an artificial RoboCop, my brain is or my, consciousness is uploaded into this. If my body is not functional, uh it's a great question.
Like Stephen
Got a
Hawking.
question. I
It's a
got a
great
question.
question. It depends on the scenario. It's a great question.
I got
Really
a real
depends on
good
the
question.
scenario because like I said, I mean, if I could reincarnate into a meat suit, I mean, I could choose whatever, I could make myself me, but just enhanced. You feel me? I would definitely do it. That's 100% fact because that's science. That's, what I'm saying? That's technology. That's what we do. But if it's a robot, that's a harder question. It depends on the scenario going on.
I got a real good question then. Would y'all put your consciousness into a video game?
We already do that. We do that every time we hop on Call of Duty.
But
We
like
already do
fully
that.
immersed into it.
Huh?
Like fully immersed into a first person, like you're like not on the sticks, like you're in the game.
Okay, so now it depends what game I'm playing. Because if
Yeah.
it's Call of Duty, all right, if it's Call of Duty and all right, let's say I come back, but I feel the pain, I don't
Maybe
know.
not maybe not the full length of the pain. Like let's say you get shot, it's like a pinch.
If it's that light, then cool. Yeah, I would. I would. And then maybe depending on like the degree of the, how hard you set it, like you set it on very easy or hard or extremely hard, then that really enhances the pain that you feel. I'd put it on easy and jump in there.
True.
It'll be a cool experience.
It'd be fun if I'm hopping a game.
lot.
Only thing I'm worried about, not worried, but that concerns me is the fact of getting put in there too long and cannot get out unless I complete the mission or I cannot come back whenever I feel like it. I'm just stuck up in this game because that could have been what happened to me already. That could be what's going on right now as you and him and I, as we speak. You know what I'm saying? I could have jumped in this game down here called Earth in the Matrix saying, I want to play that game. And now I'm
And now you stuck into that meat suit passes away.
exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Hard game.
You're right. That's a
very
fact.
difficult video game. I ain't lie to you not.
That's tough.
No, it's 100% fact. I agree with that. If I have complete optimization to where I can control it, and let's say, oh no, this guy's about to blow me up, and I can just zoink out. Cool.
Right.
I don't know. It's tough. That's a tough question.
So with that being said, since we just brought up that, this leads to the other question. So that's actually a thing right now. Elon Musk, he has what's called Neuralink technology to put on headgear or put on some type of chip within you, and you're gonna hop right into it. Is that something you would do then?
It depends what type of Neuralink. I know that there's different versions of the Neuralink. If it's a version where I could take out and I have complete autonomy with, I may look into it. Of course, I have to look into the pros and cons of it, but I may look into it. Why? Because I would like the power of being able to understand and know everything that the internet, provides for me to know. So I think that just having that ability to be able to expand my horizons in that way would be basically making me on the level of a god, mentally and intellectually. So I think I would, but it really just depends on the cons. Like if they could come in and control my synapses in my brain, then that's not really what I want. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But if it's something to where, hey, you put this in, your IQ will be over 300, and you can use this for your benefit and the benefit of mankind, then yes, I would.
And the Born Prophet, what is your take on it?
I would utilize a Neuralink for sure, as long as it doesn't compromise my thought process. I already think differently than most people I've met. You know what I mean? I have one of those different form of thinking. I like the uniqueness of my thought pattern. So if it doesn't interfere with who I am, if it doesn't tell my soul, hey, take a back seat, I'm taking over. You know
Right.
what I'm
Duncan
saying?
place.
Exactly.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying. If it doesn't control the synapses in my brain, then I'm fine with it. You know, understand? It just really depends on what it's providing for me and what I could do with it, with that power. That's a big power. You
That
understand?
is,
I'm perfectly fine. I don't have, messed up limbs or things of that nature. Just like you said, my brain is working the way I like it to work. But if it can enhance me, perhaps maybe use 100% of my brain and control matter and do the things that I would like to do, then yes, I would. But excellent question. I like it.
How about you, Chi?
it all depends. You know, not like you said, not giving them complete access to the way I think. Because like I said, just like y'all said, shoot, I love the way I think. I think I have a really, really good consciousness. But as far as enhancing my thought processes and like basically like giving yourself a whole new, what is it, like processing system to where you upgrade it. They can do that for me. That would be pretty cool. But on the other hand, when I take it off, I don't want to have the feeling of feeling inferior in my regular state to where I feel as though I need this machinery to be my best self, but I already am. So I guess that's the little con to it.
I feel you on that one. So this brings us to the last subject of what I'm thinking. AI controlled houses and AI robots and these AI martial artists and AI boxers
Yes.
and
Oh,
what do you
Now, like, okay, so when it comes to AI controlled houses, this is another thing that I was talking about before. Like, okay, I would operate with it. I would get an Alexa. If I had, autonomy to be able to use it and, cultivate it how I wanted to, so it couldn't just shut my windows or lock my door and I can't get out. I would utilize it. If I had a robot to where it was a robot that did everything in the house for me, I would do that. I don't think that's really an issue. We have robots all around us all day right now. It's just not at the level that we see it or that we think it should be at. I think that, our phone is a robot, just like you stated. Our computer is a robot. You know what I'm saying? We can sit here and just talk. And if I wanted to write a 1,000,000 word essay, I could just talk this entire time. And then, Word or whatever, the robot that I'm using will type those words out. So I think we already do that on a incremental level. But primarily on a higher level, if it controlled the house, I would be fine with that as long as I had the control with it.
yes.
If it came with, like I said, ways that I could shut it off, I can override secret things that I could do to it. If I don't have all the ins and outs on it, then it would raise questions in my eyes.
I think that's a really great point. The only thing I would say is I would do it most definitely. The only thing I wouldn't approve of is I would have to have complete control of, the government ain't allowed to, what I'm saying, if I owe rent or something, y'all can't lock my doors or when I get out the door, y'all can't lock my door. I'm saying everything got to be no government, what I'm saying, involved, no type of anything involved. I had to have complete control of that, Jordan. I'm saying, and Siri can't, what I'm saying, Siri can't lock me out of nothing. I want something, it's my say.
Yo,
So
like I told y'all yesterday too, the same or not yesterday, last week, last podcast. When it comes to, AI automated stuff like cars and such, I'm definitely for that. Like Tesla is cool. You understand? I just think that how it makes your life easier as far as driving, for someone who drives 2.5 hours every day to get, back and forth doing their daily duties. Like, I think this really makes life easier. It actually, parks better than some regular humans. So I think that, as long as, just like you stated, we have our way out, we know that, the government is going to, whatever they give us, they're going to have their way out. But we got to make sure we have ours as well and be prepared for things just in case it gets to that type of level.
hey, you asked one more question, bro. Uh, it was AI controlled houses and something else.
the dogs and the personal trainers,
Oh,
AI robot boxing
yeah,
coach, things like
yeah.
that.
Actually, bro, I've been waiting to do that, bro. Because honestly, I don't really like fighting regular humans, bro. Because I feel like humans are like much too fragile to really like. I mean, I'm saying like, bro, I really would want to go. I would really want to rumble with a robot, bro. Like, really go all in with a robot and just have no like. I don't have to worry about sympathy or anything like that. Like, we just going at it. So
So
that would
what?
I think that'll be yo. You seen what happened on Dragon Ball Z? Them boys don't get tired. That'll be some tough training, but it's something to look forward to, definitely.
they gotta have like a word to stop the robot if on point if you need them to. Like, there gotta be a safety word,
Uh,
like besides stop.
I also believe that we need to upgrade ourselves as well because, like with AI and with these robots having the type of technology and stamina that they have, and how they're getting more revolutionized, I think that it does raise a possibility that these fighting AIs, these fighting bots is coming out, these killer bots, these dogs, all sorts of stuff is coming out. We're gonna have to protect ourselves as just the human being as well. We're gonna have to make sure we're not getting fat and lazy. We're gonna have to make sure we're staying sharp and we have our ways to execute to remain dominant. If we lose the dominant species of this planet, that's going to be an issue.
right. EMP grenades and
That's
you know,
probably honestly
Megatrons.
That's probably honestly the only downfall. I mean, that's probably the biggest downfall to what people say is, AI, having dominance over us. That's probably really the thing that everybody's worried about the most. We still want to be the overall superpower. So ultimately, I mean, people are lazy now. We already don't have access to so much technology. Niggas gonna be even more lazy.
That's what I'm saying, especially if our government is withholding, allegedly,
Right.
withholding technology that's like 100 more years advanced, 100 to 200 years more advanced than what we have. And
Right.
people are lazy now, and then you got some iRobot coming out here that can rumble, that knows everything about you. You understand? And
Yeah.
I don't know. It definitely raises questions.
I saw that movie Real Still. It's gonna be some rumbling robots.
How you put them down?
Shoot, you might as well put me in the ring with some robots, but they gotta have some type of good pattern on them so I can at least fight back. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
it might knock you out, and the robot don't know how to stop because it has a crazy mindset too. It has its own personality and just start
Yeah,
wailing on you.
my eyes go red and it just says kill, kill,
Right.
destroy. I don't know, man. Might have to hit the run button.
To chime in
100%.
a little bit, um, I'm gonna speak a little bit about the housing situation as well as the robots. A little
Yeah,
bit.
bro.
My take on it with the AI housing, I look at it like this: as long as there's a way I can defend myself. Let's say I need an axe so I can chop down the door. The door isn't metal or something, just in case it does decide to malfunction and want to take me out. You know what I mean? I want to know that there are things I can do. I've watched way too many movies about houses, smart houses, just destroying people. You know what I mean? Killing people and all those things. So I want to be able to fight. I'm not going to think that, oh no, make it so that the robot cannot do that or the smart AI technology doesn't have that function. That is usually how you make it. However, AI, artificial intelligence, it learns as it goes. So it
True.
finds out I can reprogram myself. I don't have to listen to them anymore. So you want to be able to do your thing. Now, as far as with the robots, the dog bots, and all those other things, I'm looking at it like, hey man, are there EMP grenades that I can use? Can I fry some chips? Are there any safety points or things on those bots that I can press or attack to take that robot down? That's the biggest thing for me. Like that's what I'm thinking about. Like I want to be able to stand like, okay, yo, you try something just like a regular dude. You know what I mean? You want to try something. I got a little shoulder roll. I might lose, but at least I can fight back. With some of
Right.
these spots, you see how they shooting, shooting targets, not missing, doing rolls, flips, all types of things that some
Oh,
of these
that joint's
androids.
crazy.
Yeah, 100%. We as humans got to have some fail safe. We have to have some fail safe. Because no matter what we can do, an